some difference in the reading. In the 14th mantra, it should be Devam. It is like only one little bit difference in there. Abhyasad Devam. Dhyana Nirmatana Abhyasad Devam Pashyed Nigudavad. So it should be double the should be there. And it should be Pashyed. In your book it is Pashyan, no? Here, Pashyan. It will be Pashyed. So we'll read it once again so it will be clear to you. Swadeha Marining Krutva Navanchottaranim Dhyana Nirmatanabhyasat Devam Pashyen Nigudavad. Please read it once again.
Swadehamaranim krutva pranavam chottaranim dhyana nirmatanabhyasat devam pashyeni guravad.
So in the 13th and 14th shloka, sadhanam for Brahma Jnanam was given. See, sadhana sadhya sambandha needs to be clear, has to be clear. Moksha is the ultimate goal. For moksha, sakshat sadhanam, direct means is brahmatmak dhanam. For brahmatmak dhanam, direct means is shravana manana nididhyasana. For Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam to be effective, the sadhanam, preparatory sadhanam required is sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. And for that sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, the sadhanam is karma yoga vasana. So that is the road map for a sadhaka. People have this question, Swami, where to start? It depends upon where you are. If you say, Swamiji, I am not totally new entrant, then we will say, you attend some Vedanta classes wherever you are. Nowadays, recording also available. So many acharyas are available. Their recordings are available. Puja Swamiji's recording is there. In your city, town, there is some class to attend. And along with that, focus more on this doing your duty properly, with proper attitude and receiving the result properly. And do some upasana, mental japa, and then you will have more and more this preparedness. Then same listening to Vedanta will become more effective. And you will get dhanam, you will become free. Then in the 15th shloka, 4 examples were given to show that something is present, but still it requires some sadhana to make it available. Make it available for our appreciation and usage. In case of Brahmatma, there is no usage. Brahman is not to be used for making chutney or some sambar. But Brahman will become evident by Dhyana Nirmatana Abhyasat. Dhyana Nirmatana Abhyasat. That idea was given in the 15th mantra, where 4 examples were given. Tileshu Tailam Dadini Va Sarpihi Apasrotasu Aranishu Cha Agni Evam Atma Atmani. Evam means in this manner. Just as in the til, sesames there are, this oil is there, but it needs to be extracted. Similarly, Atma Atmani Grihyate. Similarly, the self is Grihyate, is available, becomes available. Atmani, in one's own body. How? Dhyana Nirmatana Abhyasa. or dhyana nirmakanabhyasa. In Kaivalya Upanishad, they used the word dhyana nirmakanabhyasa. Here, dhyana nirmakanabhyasa. Both have same meaning. Evam atmani asau atma grihyate. And then some secondary means. Shravana, Madana, Nididhyasanam are the primary means for getting knowledge. But primary means will be effective, successful when secondary means are available. Supportive means are there. And they are Satyena Tapasa. Satya represents all values. And Tapas, all austerities, all duties. We saw the last meaning of Tapas. Varna, Shrama, Uchita, Acharaha. Acharaha means action, conduct. Uchita, which is appropriate for one's own Varna and Ashrama. In earlier days, these duties were divided based on the social classification, where the entire society was classified into four: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And based on their Varna, class, Varna means class, based on that they had duties. And other one, Ashrama. Ashrama means stage of life. Brahmacharya Ashrama, the student life. Grihastha Ashrama, householder's life. Vanaprastha Ashrama, hermitage life they call it. And retired life. And sannyasa, the renunciate life. The life of renunciate or renunciation. So these are four ashramas. And based on the varna and ashrama, duties were distributed. Nowadays, this varnashrama vyavastha is not so much. Ashrama also is not so much. People have got only two ashrama. One is brahmacharya ashrama, that also not really full-fledged brahmacharya ashrama. In brahmacharya ashrama, there should not be any other activities except study. Nowadays, the students also are participating in politics. That is not our tradition. In brahmacharya ashrama, pocket money is given. Student life, the people are given pocket money. That is not our culture. Brahmachari should not have money. Nowadays they have, but generally they are not supposed to have. Only grihasthas can have money. Grihasthas, the householders alone can keep money. And they will be supporting all three ashrams. Therefore, grihastha is highly praised in our tradition. Grihastha is not looked down. Many people look down wrongly. Sannyasis also should respect grihasthas because they are supporting. They are supporting sannyasis. They are supporting brahmacharis. So sannyasis should have respect for them. Mutually respect. Sannyasis are of course respected by grihasthas, but these grihasthas also should be respected by sannyasis. Why? Because they are supporting. So many sannyasis are somehow that wrong approach. They look down upon grihasthi. That's not correct. Without them, you can't survive. Respect them. So all these four ashramas were there. Nowadays, brahmacharya to some extent and grihastha ashrama, and person remains grihastha throughout the life. And nowadays, we don't even encourage to become sannyasi. Because the situation is little changed. Especially if somebody comes to me and asks, Swamiji, shall I take sannyasa? I will say no. If he asks me, I will say no. Shall I take sannyasa? I am sorry confused whether to take sannyasa or not to take sannyasa. My answer is you remain in grihastha. When you cannot remain in grihastha, your setup is such, your intense desire for this exclusive commitment to Shastra, then only sannyasa is to be taken. Person says, no, half grihastha, half sannyasa. 6 months grihastha, 6 months sannyasa. That doesn't work. Person has to become mentally sannyasi first. Then only he has to become formal sannyasi. So nowadays the two ashramas are only there, the brahmacharya and grihastha ashrama. Therefore, now we talk about this definition in slightly different manner. Varnashrama we replaced by the role. Doing your duty as per the role given by the Lord. Everybody is playing the role. You have a role of a mother or father, son or daughter, husband or wife, citizen, friend. So many. In your office, you may be a manager, clerk, whatever CEO, whatever you are. So you are playing some role. And every role has got a script. Role has to have script. And so follow the script of your role. In script it is written that you have to get up, so you should get up. It's a drama is going on. And in that script is that you are supposed to get up. No, I feel like lying down, so I will lie down. The drama will not go. So one person, he was playing this, he was participating in drama. And he was supposed to be a king who will be fighting with another king, and this fellow has to, after a small fight, 1 or 2 minutes, he has to fall down. So this fellow, other fellow was kept on fighting, and then slowly telling, fall down. He said, I will not fall down. This is my father-in-law's village. इसमें हम गिरेंगे नहीं. So then drama will not go. Drama to go well, you have to follow the script. So now what is the duty? Duty means playing your role properly. That itself is tapas. You don't have to do anything extra. Playing your role properly. Following the script of the role you are playing. That itself is tapas. So sometimes what happens, people are in grihastha ashrama and they try to live like sannyasi. Means escaping from duties. That's not correct. When you are in grihastha ashrama, follow the duties of grihastha ashrama. When you are playing the role of a father, be a father, what you are supposed to be. Find out. If you have any doubt about your script, ask the Shastra, ask the Acharyas, that as a father, what is my duty? As a son, what is my duty? If you don't know, better know. And that itself is called tapa. Whatever role you are playing, now you are playing the role of a student. So play it well by making yourself fully available, not doing anything else in between. That is called role play. Play your role well. That is tapa. And satyam, truthfulness, by this anupashyati. Anupashyati, here literally anupashyati means he sees. But here it is in the sense of inquiring. And then yaha anupashyati tena grihyate. By that person the self is understood. So having acquired necessary preparation, satya and tapas, a person who inquires into the nature of the self, by that person Atma is understood well. That is the message. We have seen the Anvaya. Tileshu Tailam. Dadini Sarpihi. Srotassu Apaha. Aranishu cha Agnihi iva. Atma labhyaha. Next. Evam aso atma atmani ध्यान निर्मथनाभ्यासात् गृह्यते. यह एनं सत्येन tapasa anupashyati. Yaha enam atmanam satyena tapasa anupashyati tena api grihyate. That is to be supplied. So here satyena tapasa means with the help of satya and tapas, means taking the help of satya and tapas as the preparatory means one who inquires, one who tries to know the self, by that person self is obtained, means pulled up as limitless Brahma. Now in the next sloka, which is the last sloka of this chapter, where again how Brahman is to be understood, how Atma is to be understood, that is described and concluded. सर्वव्यापिनमात्मानं क्षीरे सल्पिरिवार्पितम् आत्मविद्यातपोमूलम् तद्ब्रह्मोपनिषत्परम्
सर्वव्यापिनमात्मानं क्षीरे सर्पिरिवार्पितम् आत्मविद्यातपोमूलं तद्ब्रह्मोपनिषत्परम्
सर्वव्यापिनम. Any difference is there? Reading? Huh? No difference. No? Sarvavyapinam Atmanam. We have to connect, we have to supply Anupashyati or Anupashye. A person would appreciate Atmanam, the self. What type of self? Sarvavyapinam. One who is pervading everything. And pervading not only the objects obtaining in space, but it pervades space itself. Generally, the understanding of pervading people have is something like this. Generally, I give the example that when you are eating this bread and butter, bread and jam, what you do? One slice of bread you take and you spread. You take they call spread only. You spread butter, you spread on the entire bread. So what you call? I am spreading this butter or jam on the bread. Similarly, people, when we say that Atma is pervading everything, what do you imagine? Atma is honey. Let us make it honey. So Atma is honey. Honey also you can eat, no? On bread you can spread. So Atma honey you are spreading on Sarvam. Sarvam is bread. And on Sarvam bread. Sarvam is everything. On bread like everything, you are having this Atma which is spread like honey. That is what generally people think. Most of the people, they don't think too much. Oh, Sarvyapi is all pervasive, all pervasive. But what is the meaning of all pervasive? Atma is pervading all. What do we understand? How do we understand? Is pervading means like this jam or butter or honey is spreading the bread? Or somebody said that something which is like a mist, like or this fog, no? This fog or mist is spreading everything. Similarly, there is a thin layer of fog-like consciousness. That is not correct. And there is duality. So, if fog-like consciousness is there, then sunlight comes, then fog will go away. That is not there. So, this is one of the important aspect of Vedantic teaching. What is the meaning of Atma being all-pervasive? Most of the people, they lack clarity in this. unless they have studied traditionally from a teacher. Otherwise, this doesn't become clear. It's all pervasive, we keep on repeating. All pervasive of Atma is in the form of being the content of everything. Like this clay pervades the pot. Now you tell me, clay is on the pot? Is clay on the pot? Or clay inside the pot? No. Clay is the very content of the pot. Being the content of the pot, clay pervades the pot. This is what is meant by pervading. Not like a bread, this bread is pervaded by jam, money, etc. Being content of everything, Atma pervades everything. That is the only Vedantic understanding of all pervasiveness. Anything else you understand, it is a half-baked understanding. This is the understanding our tradition gives. So clay pervades the pots, all the pots. How? By being the content of all the pots. And that is here also. Sarpi, Chire, Sarpi, Iva Arpitam. So he is pervading this Chira. Kshira means milk. Arpitam is present. Being the content of milk, this ghee is present. Similarly, Atma is present in everything as the very essence, as the very content. So just as Sarpihi, ghee, clarified butter, Iva means like ghee is Arpitam, present, Chire in milk. Or another example, like in all ghata, in all pots, clay is present. Similarly, Atma is pervading all. And this Atma is further described. Atma Vidya Tapo Moolam Tad Brahma. So it goes, the whole thing goes with Anupashyet. One would appreciate this Atma, which is Tad Brahma, which is that Brahman. That means Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahman, which is Satyam, unnegatable existence. Jnanam, consciousness. Anantam, limitless. That Brahma, the reality, is understood as Atma. So he understands Atma as that Brahma. And that Brahman is Atma Vidya Tapo Moolam. Moolam here is in the sense of means. Atma is attainable by the means. In the form of what? Atma Vidya and Tapaha. Atma Vidya, popular meaning, general meaning is self-knowledge. So Atma is Brahma, which is available through the self-knowledge. And it is also in the sense of the pursuit of self-knowledge. So Atma or Brahman is having Moolam, the means, in the form of self-knowledge or the pursuit of self-knowledge. So Atma is available through the pursuit of self-knowledge. And Tapaha. Tapaha represents all preparatory means, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. So this person would appreciate Atma as Brahma, for which the means is in the form of self-knowledge or the pursuit of self-knowledge and tapas. So along with the pursuit of knowledge, which is in the form of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, tapas, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti has to be there. Both of them together alone makes the person own up limitless Brahma. And this Brahman is also described by two more words. One is Param. Param means it is the ultimate reality, beyond which there is nothing. It is the adhishthanam of everything. It is the basis, the truth of everything. And it is not based on anything else. Therefore, it is Param. And Brahman itself is called here Upanishad. Generally, Brahman is said to be the subject matter of Upanishad. There is some more reading, one more reading is there, perhaps Upanishad Padam. There it has got the meaning, it is the meaning, it is the subject matter of Upanishad. But here the reading we have is Upanishad Param. And Upanishad is the word used for Brahman itself. Brahman itself is called here Upanishad. And how can it be called Upanishad? So here commentator says, Upanishadnam asmin param shreyaha. Brahman is the source of the ultimate well-being called moksha. So Brahman is Upanishad. Upanishadnam means seated, situated. What? Param shreyaha, the ultimate well-being, moksha. So moksha is centered on Brahma. So Brahman is that on which the ultimate well-being called moksha is centered. Means if you understand yourself to be Brahman, you are free. That is the message. Knowing which as yourself you become free is called Upanishad. So Upanishad means the ultimate source of the ultimate well-being, and that is Upanishad, which is the word for Brahman. So one understand Atma to be that Brahman which is Upanishad, the ultimate source of moksha, Param. Atmanam Tad Brahma Upanishad Param Anupashyet. One should see Atma to be Brahman which is of this type. And since it is a completion of this Adhyaya, therefore there is a repetition. Tad Brahma Upanishad Param Anupashyet. So, may one appreciate oneself to be Brahman, which is the source of moksha. Alright, so with this, the 16th mantra, the first chapter is completed. So, many people might be concerned, when Swamiji will complete, I have already booked the ticket for tomorrow, so now for them they need not worry. First chapter is completed. Alright, I will give the Anvaya. Saha we have to supply. Kshire arpitam sarpihi iva sarvavyapinam atmanam atmavidya tapomulam tat param Upanishad Brahma. Tat param Upanishad Brahma. Twice. Pashye or Pashyati. Alright. So with this, first chapter is completed. Before we enter into the second chapter, I would give the summary of the first chapter. Because first chapter we started when we started, it's all long time back. So many of you might have forgotten what was the very first mantra service. It looks like very far off. In between so many bandaras were there. And therefore, let us recap. Headlines once again. Have you heard this? Headlines once again. When it comes. News. Headlines once again. So before the news we have given. Now headlines once again. First and second mantra, there is deliberation by Brahmavadinaha. The scholars, the rishis who discuss on Brahma or the teaching of Vedas. What is the karanam of this world? Where from we have come? By whom we are sustained? where we are going to resolve it to, and by whom we are controlled, influenced. Vartamahe vyavastham kena adhishthitaha. So, presided by whom we are following the order with regard to Sukha and Dukha. Sukhatareshu vyavastham vartamahe. So, controlled by whom we are getting Sukha and Dukha. And can this Karan be Brahma? Because Brahman is Nirvikara. So can Brahma be Karanam? So these are the questions. 4 plus 1, 5 questions asked by this Brahmavadina. The second mantra, there was exploration of the possibilities. Kalaha, Swabhavaha, Yadricha. So various Purushaha, various possibilities were explored. And all the possibilities were negative. So this is the content of the first and second mantra. What is the content? The deliberation on the fundamental questions regarding the world and explorations of various possibilities. That is the content of the first two mantras. In the third mantras, by the grace of the Lord, by the focused meditation, contemplation, they got the answer. Making Bhagavan himself as a guru. I have to tell this again and again because people know it. That is good. So I have to tell they made Bhagavan as the guru. They got the answer that Brahman becomes the cause with the help of Maya Shakti. Brahman is the cause, but not mere Brahman. Brahman with Devatma Shakti Maya becomes the cause. Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam it is. That was discussed in the third mantra. Then fourth and fifth mantra, Vishwarupa Ishvara was talked about with the help of the two metaphors. One was the metaphor of Chakram, wheel, and second was the metaphor of a river. And various aspects of the universe were highlighted, and the idea conveyed is that same Brahman is appearing in the form of the universe having different aspects. That was the content of fourth and fifth. Then 6 to 11, nature of Brahman was talked about. That Brahman is the Adhishthanam of Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. The nature of Jiva, Upadi based nature of Jiva as Anishaha, Agnaha, Alpagnaha, and the nature of Ishvara, Sarvagnaha, Sarvaniyanta, that was talked about. So Jiva Swarupa, Ishvara Swarupa, Jagat Swarupa is already talked about in fourth and fifth. And Brahman being the Adhishthanam, the truth of all three of them, Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara was talked about. Jiva, Ishvara Swarupa and Nirguna Brahma Swarupa. That was talked about. And one more topic was the nature of bondage. That Jivaha is helpless. The cause for bondage, Bhoktru Bhava, and the nature of moksha, person becomes akarta, anantaha, and parameshwarya prapti, jivan mukti, videha mukti, the moksha swarupa was talked about, and moksha karanam was talked about. So bandha swarupa, the nature of bondage, the cause for bondage, nature of freedom, and the means for freedom. What is the means for freedom? Natva devam sarva pashapa hanihi. knowing this Paramatma as oneself was presented as the means for moksha. So that is the content of 4 to 11. Then 12 and 13, Brahma Jnana Sadhanam in the form of this Dhyana Nirmatana Abhyasa, the repeated practice of Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam was presented with the help of the Arani Manthana example. Just as by churning the wooden pieces as wooden piece, how fire is made manifest. Similarly, Atma is made evident, Atma is made understood with the help of this Shravana Manana Nididhyasana practice, following this sadhana. That was presented in this 12th and 13th. And 13 and 14. 12th Tantra I forgot. 12th Tantra, there was a conclusion of the topic of Brahmajnanam by glorification of Brahmajnana. That was the 12th. I missed the number. So 6 to 11, this Brahma, the Jiva Ishvara Swarupa and Brahma Swarupa, Bandha, Moksha, Sadhanam and the Swarupam. The 12th mantra, there was a conclusion of the topic of Brahmajnanam by glory and glorification of Brahmajnanam, saying that knowing this, having this Brahmajnanam, nothing else remains to be known. That was the 12th. And 13 and 14 shloka was this Brahmajnana Sadhanam in the form of the repeated practice of Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam, explained with the help of the Arani Manthana example, 13-14. And in the 15th shloka and 16th shloka, there was conclusion of this topic, where again Atma is to be understood as Brahma with the help of Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam was highlighted. With this, the first chapter is completed. In fact, I was thinking to take only first chapter. Then I think, as I am not sure whether next year I will be able to come, and therefore I thought let me give complete idea. And therefore we are going to have the summary of now other chapters. And in every chapter, one or two mantras are important that we are going to see. Alright, so this is the first chapter completed. Now the second chapter, it has got 17 mantras. And this chapter is Yoga Pradhana. This chapter deals with the topic of Ashtanga Yoga. That is why sometimes this Shvetashvatar Upanishad is categorized as a Yoga Upanishad. Some in Adyar publications, they have got Vedanta Upanishad, then Yoga Upanishad, like that they have. So, perhaps the Shvetashvatar Upanishad may come in the Yoga Upanishad, because Yoga topic is not so elaborately discussed in other Upanishads. In all 10 Upanishads, Yoga topic is not so much discussed as it is discussed here. And from this discussion of Yoga topic in this Upanishad, which is a part of Veda, we understand that even the sadhana of yoga has got its root in Vedas only. So it is, the sadhana is talked about in Vedas. And this Ashtanga Yoga was presented systematically by Patanjali Rishi. Therefore we call Patanjali Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga or Patanjali Yoga or Patanjali Yoga. But moment you hear the word yoga, what comes to your mind? Somebody is raising his legs or doing some asanas. So generally people think yoga means only asanas. They say also, some 8 to 9 I do yoga. So yoga people think is only asanas, but it is not so. Yoga has got 8 steps. And this yoga, which is presented in sutra form, there is a yoga sutras. About some 195 or something sutras are there. In that, I am not sure number, so I am not telling this exactly, but something like that, some sutras are there. I have taught once yoga sutras. So, selected sutras we have studied. And there are very beautiful sutras which are very useful for even Vedanta students. And this Yoga Sutra has got 2 aspects. When we say yoga, it has got 2 aspects. One is yoga sadhana and other is yoga darshanam. Yoga sadhana means general disciplines prescribed in yoga sutras. That is what we mean by yoga sadhana, like yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, etc. These are yoga sadhanas, the disciplines which are to be followed by the seeker. That is accepted by Vedanti very well. We adopt this, we respect this. And for a Vedanta student also, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, etc. very useful. Otherwise, most of the people can't sit on the floor, can't sit for more than 1 hour. See, 1 hour class maximum. If you have a 2 hour, 3 hour class, no Swamiji. You cannot. Why? Because that endurance is not there. When you do asanas well, then dvandva anabhighataha. Yoga Sutra it is said, when a person does asana very well, then he will be able to put up with any pairs of opposite. Alright. So this sadhana part of the yoga darshana, yoga sutras we accept. But yoga sutras also present some philosophy, darshana aspect. Yoga darshanam we have dismissed in Brahma Sutras. So sadhana part is accepted by Vedanti or Vedanta, but philosophy part we are not accepting. Why we are not accepting? Because they are talking about Jiva Paramatma Bheda. They say Jivas are different and Paramatma is a special Purusha. Sa Sarvesham Gurunam Api Guruhu. So they have got the definition of Ishvara and they say the Jivas are different, Paramatma is different. That is one problem. Second is they say Jivas are also different in realities. They emphasize the Jiva Bheda, the difference between Jivas and Jivas. And one more difference is they accept this world to be real. Whereas we say, Vedanta says that world is Mithya, unreal. They accept this Maya to be real, whereas we say Maya is unreal. They are focusing more on making the mind thoughtless, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Whereas our focus is not on making the mind thoughtless. Our focus is on making the mind appreciate the truth about oneself. So we want mind to have a thought, but right thought. Not making the mind thoughtless. Many people think meditation means what? Making the mind thoughtless. So Swamiji, I am practicing meditation, so I am trying to resolve all the thoughts. That is not our aim. So in some areas we have some difference. They consider the thoughtlessness is the ultimate, whereas we don't consider that. Alright. So these are the differences. Whereas the sadhana part we accept. And in Ashtanga Yoga also, it looks like there are two versions. One is a normal version which generally people follow, practice, and other is advanced yoga version is there. And in this Upanishad, advanced yoga version is presented, where you will be doing this Sanyama, Dhyana, Dharana, Samadhi, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, and you will be getting siddhis, you will be getting special experiences. All these are talked about. Special experiences you will have by yoga practice. And that type of advanced yoga is not necessary for Vedanta student. You don't require some special miraculous power, Anima, Garima, Mahima, Lagima, you don't require. For getting moksha, for getting self-knowledge, it is not required. So what is the place of yoga in the sadhana of jnanam? Getting sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is the purpose of Ashtanga yoga for us. So for us, application of Ashtanga yoga is in making the person prepared for self-knowledge. In other words, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti is the purpose of sadhana aspect of Ashtanga yoga. It is not the advanced version where you focus for years together and get some anima, the siddhis. The siddhis also are talked about, special experiences are also talked about. That is not required for everyone. For Vedanta student, for the people who want to get moksha, which is possible only through jnanam, for them it is not required. Then for whom it is required? This advanced version of yoga leading to siddhi and special experience. First of all, it is required for the people who want power, siddhi. Simple. Those who need siddhi, anima, garima, mahima, etc., for them, or those who are having great craze about some special experience, divine smell. In Yoga Sutra also it comes, Divya Gandha Anubhava you have. If you do some meditation on some part of the body, you will, after some time, not immediately. Immediately, today you did Swamiti, I said for meditation on that, whatever part, in nose, somewhere meditation is there. And I started feeling smell. You feel very great. So within 1 hour I got, then you see that some agarbatti somewhere. So you can have agarbatti smell, not that divine smell. Alright. So it takes number of years. So it is required for whom? The people who wants power. And second application of that Ashtanga yoga, especially advanced version, is for those who are following this Krama Mukti. There is one topic discussed in our Shastra, nice to know, it is called Krama Mukti. Freedom in stages. Krama means stages. And that Krama Mukti means a person does upasana throughout his life. On Hiranyagarbha or Virat, he does upasana. And at the end of his life, when he is about to leave this body, and because of his upasana, he will know, his last moment also he will know that I am going to leave this body. And that time, he has to withdraw the pranas which are spread all over the body. He has to withdraw all the pranas to the heart. And through Shushumna Nadi, he has to raise the prana up. And from here take off. Here we have take off, Brahmarandra is there. So like a helicopter or whatever, it goes. And the prana is lifted and goes to Surya Mandala. Penetrates the Surya Mandala and then goes to Brahmaloka. That is a description given. Swamiji, you have experience, I know you have experience. I don't want to also have experience. So that and then what happens? This Jiva goes to Brahmaloka. And in Brahmaloka, he enjoys Brahmaloka. You can assume any form, any time. In fact, in Shastra, the description is there. If you remember your forefathers, and they will come in front of you. So many, extra privileges are there. And you remain there, Brahmaloka, enjoy, and then at the end, Brahmaji, who is presiding over that loka, will give Upadesha. What Upadesha? You are Brahman. That's all. Oh, this was our Swami also saying. Like one lady from the US, she brought something she thought very special, and she gave it to her friend. बोले ये तो हमारे बाजू में मिलता है. We get it and explore. So similarly, there also Brahmaji will say that only. That Sthula Sukshma Karana Shrirat Vyatiriktaha Atma Tvam Brahma Asi. But what happens there? Their extraordinary teacher Brahmaji is there. And Brahmaloka, very ambience is very great. And to get Brahmaloka is not that easy. Your mind has to be very pure. The security clearance is very high there. So very high standard. And therefore in Shastra it comes that for getting Brahmaloka, one has to live the life of values. This, the Andrutam, that Jhummam, Maya, all these are there. Brahmaloka entry is not allowed. So person has got purity also, and therefore he there, when Brahmaji gives Upadesha, it clicks. And what? He gets Jivan Mukti, and then Brahmaloka gets destroyed with him. So this is called Krama Mukti. Krama Mukti means he does not get moksha here. He goes there, and there he gets Jnanam and gets moksha. Like sometimes in Bangalore when I was teaching, people say, Swami, let us go to Kurukshetra and there we study Bhagavad Gita. So they think that there, by going there Jnana will come. Let us go to deep Himalaya, Swami, there we will have classes. The same thing I will tell that. Very slowly, softly I will tell. But same Jnana. So when a person gets moksha in stages means going from here, going to Brahmaloka, and in Brahmaloka one gets Jnanam and then moksha, that is called Krama Mukti. And Swamiji, what is other Mukti? What we are focusing now is called Sadhyo Mukti. Sadhyo Mukti means fast, Sadhyo means immediate. The freedom which is Sadhyaha, immediate, in this life itself. That is called Sadhyo Mukti. So what we are talking about now is what? Sadhyo Mukti. Our product's name is what? Sadhyo Mukti. We are not selling Krama Mukti. We are agent of Sadhyo Mukti. If you want, we are available. You said no, Swami, we need Krama Mukti, then there may be other ashrams. You can go there. We talk about Sadhyo Mukti. And Sadhya Mukti means, why it is called Sadhya Mukti? Sadhya means immediate. Because we are not promising that you will become free after going somewhere. Here and now. Like, one window clearance, like the government departs sometimes, immediate, all documents clear. So here itself, we make you appreciate you are free. This is called Sadhya Mukti. And other is Krama Mukti. For Sadhya Mukti sadhana, for the pursuit of Sadhya Mukti, immediate freedom, we don't require advanced yoga. Normal yoga, you should be able to sit 1 hour. And you don't have breathing problem. That was pranayama you have done. And your body is healthy. You have enough dharana so that concentration is there. That much is enough. And yamanima, of course, required. And when you follow this and then pursue Jnanam, you get Sadhya Mukti. But Krama Mukti person required very intense practice of Ashtanga Yoga. Why? At the end of his life, he has to withdraw all the pranas from the body. Not that easy. So he has to practice this pranayama, advanced pranayama, so that he can withdraw all the pranas to the heart. We do not know where prana is. Somewhere some hoga kahin. So we have to withdraw them, and therefore they require. So Ashtanga yoga, especially intense practice of Ashtanga yoga, is required for two purposes. One is those who are desirous for siddhi. For siddhi, it is useful, and for getting krama mukti, it is useful. We are neither for siddhi, I hope so. We are neither for siddhi nor for krama mukti. Therefore, you are exempted from intense practice of yoga. कुछ तो exemption देना चाहिए ना, something is some exemption on it. Now, okay, time is up. So tomorrow I will talk little bit about yoga, and then we see the summary of second chapter. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. I have invited